Hello. Guess what day it is? Day 4. And we are going to be talking about another very common oil. And this one is, can you read it? Peppermint. How many of you like peppermint? Raise your hand. Okay. Peppermint is an amazing oil. It smells wonderful. It's easy to become awakened by it. It's very uplifting. Let me teach you. You can put a drop of peppermint in your hand. Rub your palms together. Be careful not to get it on your fingers because you could get it in your eyes. Inhale the peppermint and your sinuses open up and it feels great. Oh, it's so refreshing and calming and just makes you feel good. And you put it on the back of your neck. This is great in the afternoons on that 3 o'clock slump. You can use a little bit of peppermint to wake yourself up. Well, and then probably the most common thing that people know that peppermint is used for, you put a little bit on your finger, rub your fingers together. Probably, it's not even a drop. And you apply on your temples. You apply it on the sides of your neck, on the back of your neck. You can apply it on the bottom of your feet. And you can even put it here on the bridge of your nose, really. Just that little bit. So it smells so good. Anyway, it helps to alleviate head tension. So if you have some discomfort and you catch it early enough, you can actually, most of the time, it will just make it go away. It's amazing. And people say, that's not going to really work. But I challenge you to try it because it is very amazing. There's some other really fun things about peppermint that you may not know. One way is you can put it in one of the spray bottles. Let me see if I still got it here. This one's a little bit big. This spray bottle, but a smaller spray bottle. And you put in, it's usually a 4-ounce spray bottle, and you put in about 10 drops of peppermint, and you put in, and the rest you fill with distilled water, and you can actually have a really, really nice spray to put on you when you're hot, when it's hot outside. It's immediately cooling. It feels so good. You can just spray it on your legs, on your arms, on your back, and immediately it cools you down. Peppermint has a way of cooling down the body temperature. That's another reason it's really good for when we overheat at night, especially as women. We as women, after we go through the change, we tend to like to heat up at night, and you can use this spray to just kind of help alleviate some of that problem, which is is amazing, as you know. We already talked a little bit about peppermint and using it to really open up the respiratory. You can do it that way. You can put it in your hand like I did, and you can cup your hand. I want to be able to show you like this over the top, and you take and use it as an inhaler and inhale it into your lungs, and it's amazing. You can feel it go right into your lungs and open things up. So in a situation where you're feeling a little bit tight from breathing, you can try that. It really helps to kind of open things up, open up the airways in your sinuses, open up your lungs. You can take some of the peppermint and put it with some coconut oil or an unscented body cream, and you can actually apply it to the chest and to the back in the middle to help open up the respiratory system. So, and we're going to talk about some other things that you can mix with peppermint that even makes it better. But for today, we're just going to talk about peppermint. Peppermint is, I know that it is harvested for doTERRA in the great state of Washington. And I remember when I was a kid, growing up in Utah, we had these irrigation ditches, and along the irrigation ditches, wild peppermint would grow, and you could smell it. And when you'd break the leaves and you'd inhale them, you could smell the peppermint smell. And my mother used to have us bring some in from the ditch, and we'd wash it, and we'd put it in a pan, and we'd steep it, and we'd make some peppermint tea. Especially if your tummy hurt, that would really help with alleviate some of that problem with your tummy. And it tasted good, just nice and warm. We'd put a little cream in it and a little sugar, and it was really good. So I've had peppermint since I was really young, but doTERRA's peppermint is very, very pure, and so it doesn't take much with the peppermint to go a long way. We talked about the respiratory, we talked about the head tension, we talked about the overheating and the body temperature. Peppermint also is very good if you're having, it's an antispasmodic, so if you put it on a muscle that's spasming or is tight, you can apply some peppermint that's been diluted. And like I said, peppermint is pretty strong, so you're going to only want a couple of drops with a tablespoon of oil, and you can use maybe 3 in that. But if your muscles are sore, you can actually apply that to your muscles and get some immediate relief. It really helps. I've actually used it when I've had cramping in my feet and my legs, and I've applied peppermint with some coconut oil or some body lotion, and it has helped to calm the muscle down. So I am a true believer in the benefits of peppermint. Other benefits I wanted to mention that come to mind is someone who has anosmia, which means it's someone who can't smell. They have a difficulty smelling. Sometimes when they inhale peppermint, it reinvigorates that ability to smell. So that's something that someone could try. If you run across someone who is having difficulty with this, you could give them that option of possibly helping them with this problem. Because many times when people have difficulty smelling, they also have difficulty with their taste buds. So it's not much fun, because if you can't smell the wonderful food or the wonderful things around you, you're really missing out. So if we can help people with that, that would be great. Another thing is if you are a person that has difficulty with their digestive system, peppermint is very beneficial for that. You can put a drop in a glass of water and drink it, and it helps the digestive system flow properly. And it also is helpful if you put a drop in some water and you drink it slowly. It can actually calm down and help alleviate some of the nausea you may feel if you're kind of sick to your stomach. A lot of times I'll just inhale the peppermint if I'm feeling a little nauseated, and it's really helpful for that. But you can take doTERRA peppermint internally, so it's great. You can put it in a capsule if you want to. You can put it in some hot water and inhale it. Put a towel over your head and inhale the fumes of the peppermint. And for your sinuses, I'm going to give you some other things as we go along, but those are really, really beneficial that you can use just with plain peppermint. Let me see if there's others that I want to share. Oh, one that I forgot, the one that really was helped me out a lot was when I had my cancer. One of the things that kind of stayed with me was that brain fog. And I was having difficulty in the mornings, especially getting my brain going in the morning. And I was able to, someone recommended to me to try some rosemary which rosemary is really good for, has been shown in studies to improve memory and focus, and it's stimulating. And we'll talk about rosemary a little more later. And you apply peppermint with it, and you apply it to the brain stem, to the back of your neck. And it's really, really cool because it's amazing. All of a sudden, it's like the fog is lifted, and you can focus, and the brain fog is gone. And that was one of my very first experiences with essential oils, and so I still use it when I'm having difficulty with that. But the fun thing about essential oils is that when you first start using the oils for a specific condition, you may have to use them more frequently because you're having an acute problem. But as you use them more frequently, then your body adjusts, and then you may not need them as much. This is something that I've experienced also with headaches. Is I used to get really bad headaches all the time, and there was a product that doTERRA has. It's called Past Tense, that it contains peppermint, and I used that, and I had to use it a lot at first. But I decided when I started essential oils that I was really going to give them a shot. I was really going to see what they could do, and that was back in 2013, so it's been a little while. But I actually tried it, and it was amazing how, after using them often for a while, it was probably a good 2 weeks. I used it whenever I started to feel the head tension come on, and I found that it made it go away, and quicker each time, and longer lasting. And then pretty soon I wasn't having the problem. So now I do still get headaches every now and then, but not like I used to, which is amazing because they are awful. It's hard to function when you have really bad headaches. There are some other things that can be used for head tension that we can talk about as we go on in our education course. But I just wanted to share that with you because peppermint really has been a good friend to me. I wanted to share the emotional benefits, and you'll be really surprised. Because when you smell peppermint, it's a joyful smell, and it usually is very uplifting and makes you feel good. Well, the Emotion Book says peppermint brings joy and buoyancy to the heart and soul. It invigorates body, mind, and spirit, and reminds individuals that life can be happy and there is nothing to fear. Isn't that sweet? That's awesome. It lifts an individual out of their emotional trials for a short reprieve. When an individual uses peppermint, they feel as though they're gliding through life. It assists in staying on the surface of emotional issues like a water skier on the lake. Okay, then it gives us a warning because I knew someone that was using peppermint every night to go to sleep, which sounds crazy because most of the time you think about it waking you up, which is usually the case. But peppermint is an adaptogenic herb and oil. And what that means is it provides the benefit that you need of either being uplifting and invigorating or calming to your senses, which is very cool. But anyway, this person was under a whole lot of stress at the time, and so she was doing putting peppermint in the diffuser every night to help her sleep well. It also it opens up your respiratory, so that's another benefit. Anyway, but this is a warning. However, a person may also abuse the properties of peppermint oil if it is used as a permanent escape to avoid dealing with emotional pain. It can hinder your growth and progress. Peppermint should not be used in this way. It aids individuals who need a short breather, so it's okay to use it for a period of time. At times, a reprieve is necessary before re-entering emotional waters, but we are not meant to wade into the shallow end forever. Ha! How about that? So peppermint, you've had a schooling on peppermint tonight. It is helpful, also blended with so many oils to relieve benefits, used with lavender and some aloe vera gel. It's very cooling to the skin and will assist in reducing the discomfort from when you get too much sun. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Oh, it also is good for cravings. It's helpful for cravings. So if you need that, you can actually smell peppermint to help you not crave something. You can also put it in water. Like I said, it kind of helps with cravings, especially beneficial for if you crave caffeine or colas. It's helpful for that. And I think I've covered most of it. I mean, peppermint is a really cool oil, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you've learned something tonight, and I hope that you use your peppermint and receive all of these wonderful benefits, and you can feel good, you can stay awake, and if you're having a really bad time, you can even use it at night to have that short breather or that short reprieve from emotional baggage. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.